Third strategy. For those just joining us, what I'm doing is I'm giving you strategies to create a six-figure business as a bookpreneur. I don't even know if that word exists, but I've decided to call it that. I'm sure it will exist. A bookpreneur is somebody who creates and sells information books for a living. And I believe if you focus on just that niche as a bookpreneur, respect yourself as a bookpreneur, you can get your business to six figures a year if you focus. And this workshop, this 4-hour workshop, is to give you the strategy to do that. It's one of the benefits you get as an inner circle member. You can see that you're the only ones here. This is special training for you all. If I'm going to do this training, it's going to be later. You get the first dib for it. Take it serious. Start to implement. Number 3. Okay, who is that? Who's that one calling Samuel? Somebody mute the person for me. Okay. So number 3. This a success ladder. Remember to mute yourself when you're on stage. We can hear you. All right. Number 3, social media launch strategy. If you want to grow your income, you have to have a social media launch for your books. It doesn't have to be all your books. Like I've published 40 books in the last 3 months. I'm not going to launch all of them. I'm probably going to do maybe 2. And I did launch one. The ChatGPT Business Gold Mines. It was even just a week's long, let's call it 10 days. And I did only on Clubhouse. I sold 230 copies. 230 copies of it in the space of less than 2 weeks, about 10 days, before I decided I'm probably going to use it to create a new membership for our Discord server. But I think I'm going to go back to selling it. Okay, for me, yes, we are getting people in here, but let them people pay for it. Because it's a great selling book. People are very happy to pay me $19.99 for it before I remove that. So, buy, if you are hearing me, I think we'll give it to all those who have joined the server now, but I want to go back to selling my stuff. It's $39.99. So that free download page thing that we did, let's convert that to a sales page. And it's $39.99 because I realized a lot of people want that book. So I'm going to go back to selling it. But my point is that you want to have a long strategy for your book with a strategic social media launch campaign. So what are the benefits of launching on social media? Okay. Wow. Guys, there is something I need to do quickly here. Then just give me, okay, I think I can do it on my phone. All right, guys, if you have any questions, you ask me. There's something I need to do, or I'm going to be losing $100 that this thing Gary gives every day for doing your assignment for those of us who are running communities. And they just alerted me now that I have not submitted my work product for the day. For the platform, I've submitted for myself. For that, it gives you 3 Gary coins every day. But the one for the platform, which is the Business Nation itself, apparently it's $100 or so it gives. Sorry, 100 Garys. Yeah, it's small money, but I want my money. 100 Gary is about $10. Please, people are no vex, so let me collect my $10 here. Where is it? Okay, proof of work. Let me go complete that. Time has expired. Shoot. Hello? Sorry. Run workshop for inner circle. Yeah, the same discipline I'm teaching you guys is what me. I'm also following with my own coach. I'm not a hypocrite. I do exactly what I teach people. Marketed is coin to several private backers. What else did I do today that I remember? See, where's my list here? Okay, I think I've submitted. At least it's better than nothing. At least I got an alert from my Olufunke, remind me later to let you know about how to do this proof of work thing for me, so that we don't forget. It's the way he's done it. If you miss one day in a 15-minute stretch, you lose all the money that you have earned. He wants to make sure you don't forget it. So I also need to teach you guys that. So you must be consistent every day. Then it gives you a big chunk of Gary coins just for doing that. We are going to be implementing that also for our elite community very soon. All right, we are talking about media launch strategy. Do a social media launch for your book, focusing on Clubhouse, Twitter, Gist House, and Instagram. You don't have to do too many. You will pick 3 or 4 of the social media platforms that you are comfortable with, right? In my own case, Clubhouse, Twitter, and Facebook will be primary. And then maybe Gist House. Now, once I figure out what to do about the token there, we have to rework that. But anyway, you want to have a launch there. A launch doesn't have to be complicated. All you do with that is simply you create let's say you want to do a 5-day launch. You pick the book you want to do the launch on. And then you create topics around that book. And then people come and discuss it. And then every 15 minutes, you tell them you just wrote a book, of which what we are discussing is one of the chapters there that you are launching your book today. And then you give them a deal. The book is $29.99 on Amazon. I am giving 70% discount today. If you buy today, it's $7. Remember what I taught you 2 days ago. Don't go and put your book at $9.99 on Amazon. That will be foolish. Because whether you put $9.99, you put $29.99, you are still not likely to get plenty sales anyway, at least this early in the game. You can change it 1 year from now when you started getting names and you want people to start buying from them. But for now, you want to make it like $29.99. That way, on your own sales page, you're going to have the same price. But then you can have a discount and say if they buy today, you are giving 70% off. You see how that works? So now 70% off of $30 means that they still pay you $9. Or you can even say I'm doing 90% off if you really want to get some sales in there. That means if you are doing 90%, that means they pay you $3 for the digital version of your book. That's okay. Versus if you have it at $9.99 on Amazon, 70% of $9.99 leaves you with I don't know what it leaves you with. 90% leaves you with 90 cents. But do what you got to do. But the important thing then is that you create a room. Remember, you are in business, following the mindset. You have to show up as a CEO. You see me doing these things every day now because it's my business. To grow the Business Nation community, I show up for coffee every day. I'm running a room on Clubhouse. I'm trying to do Facebook page. Why? Because I'm spending 8 hours a day on my business. I should. It's a business. Some of you might be saying, oh, it's too tedious opening a room every day. You are still not seeing yourself as a business person. I'm going back again to mindset. But that's where it all starts and ends, guys. Wherever they are paying you salary now, you work 5 days a week there, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. You are not going to tell your boss that I came to work yesterday, I'm not going to come to work today. Why? Because it's your job. So if you take Bookpreneur as your job, then this will make sense to you why you have to show up every day. You pick your favorite places. You may not do more than 1 hour. If you want to do 2 a day, for instance, you do 1 hour on Clubhouse, you do 1 hour on Twitter, and you're done. I'm talking about your launch week. And I'm going to model exactly this thing I'm telling you guys. I'm going to have my team. We're going to agree what week of the month are we doing a launch of one of my products. Because remember now, I'm not doing Bookpreneur. But I want to be talking about Business Nation everywhere. So there'll be something that we have to create for Business Nation that I have to talk about. So in your own case, we are talking about you as a bookpreneur right now. So you have a book launch week. It doesn't have to be more than 5 days. I recommend it should not be more than 5 days. It can be 3 days. But those are days that you mark in your calendar every month. You know that maybe it's the first 3 days of the month that you do your own launch. You pick whatever is comfortable for you. But you got to show up. You got to show up. And it can be as simple as just going to Clubhouse, opening a room, and saying you're launching your book this month. And then people will celebrate you and tell them support the book by buying a copy today. Get 70% discount off the price on Amazon. You tell them it's $29.99 on Amazon or $19.99 minimum. If you don't think somebody will pay $29 for your book, then make it $19.99. And then offer a discount. 70% is a winner every day. People love discount. So if your book is $20 and you're giving 70% off, that is $6 they will pay you. People would rather pay you $6 than to go and to miss out on that deal. People buy more out of fear of loss than fear of loss than prospect of gain. I'll repeat this. More people buy out of fear of loss than prospect of gain. So when you give them a discount and tell them it's only available while you are on this Clubhouse or Twitter or Instagram or whatever page you are opening, what you will see is that those who are thinking about it, they will go over the top and they will pay you the money. You do that every month. You have a book launch. Create a topic around that book. People will come in and come and discuss. Even if you are not yet an expert in your niche, they come and discuss. You've seen me do it for Biz Nation. You are just doing that version for your Bookpreneur book. I've gotten people sign up for elite class on Clubhouse. I've got people sign up for Inner Circle. Why? Because I go there and I talk about it. You see me doing a launch for Biz Nation. I told you on Saturday, we are going to be doing a Wheel of Business where everybody that buys Bitcoin between now and Friday midnight, they are going to get a drawing at the Wheel of Business that I'm going to do on Saturday. I'm going to be giving away plenty cash, plenty Biz tokens. I'm going to be giving away one of my elite membership. I'm going to be giving away maybe three of my elite. One of the alpha, that is $5,000, will be on there. And then there'll be 3 elite on the wheel. There will be maybe 5 inner circle. That is only $10 a month. And then there'll be plenty of cash and there'll be several of my books there. It's all part of the launch. If you buy before Friday midnight, you get put into that wheel. And for every 100 Biz tokens that you have, meaning for every $20 you spend, you get a spin. So if you buy 500 Biz coins, you get 5 spins. If you buy 1,000 watt, which is like $250, you get 10 spins. That is all part of launch. I also said everybody that opens their social connector and connects it to Biz Nation by Friday midnight, they are going to get airdrop into their account from me. Stuff like that. See, what I'm doing is I'm creating attention to Biz Nation. You will have the same thing for your own book launch. You might have where, for instance, on a particular day, you are going to be doing a giveaway of your book. You might not need to give more than 3. You say you are giving away 3 books today. And then you do your drawing right inside the Twitter, Clubhouse, whatever, and then you give it out. But then you are creating attention for your book. For those who want to get it, here is the link. You can get 50% today when we are doing a special. I hope I'm making sense. If I'm making sense here, give me a 3. All right, let's talk about a little bit deeply about how you do your launch on Clubhouse, because this is a workshop. It's not just a webinar that I'm just going to talk and go. For Clubhouse, for instance, here is how you can launch your book on Clubhouse. Host interactive discussions and Q&A sections about your book. Connect with readers and industry professionals in real time, audio conversations, because this is what you do. You are connecting with them, with readers and industry professionals to talk about your book, and then you make your offer. All right? Twitter, same thing. Create a dedicated book hashtag. Engage with influencers and share updates about your book. Utilize Twitter chats and book-themed hashtags to increase visibility and generate buzz. Remember, this is your launch week. So every day during that week, you are using your own hashtag, you are sharing your tweet, you are talking about the book. And then, of course, Gist does the same thing, host discussion rooms and give snippets from your book. Engage with readers, showcase teasers, and create intrigue around your book. Very simple. stuff. Instagram, you can share visually appealing book-related content, such as quotes, behind-the-scenes photos, author insights, and all these are easy to do now with AI. Many apps that you can use to create a quote or to create a 1-minute video, especially for Instagram Live. And you can do author interviews to engage with your audience in real time, where you bring somebody to come and interview you based on your book. Now, if nobody's going to interview you because you don't know a lot of press people, you do exactly what I just told, what's his name? What I just told Ellie the other day that she would do for me. You arrange for somebody to be your interviewer. You can write the questions yourself. Then give it to your friend. He's your interviewer. You bring them on Instagram Live or Facebook Live. And then they interview you based on your book that had just come out. It's all part of creating attention to your book. So they just come in and discuss with you. Ailey, for instance, is going to be doing that with me for Biz Nation next week. I know Biz Nation is not about book, but it's the same strategy. What is Biz Nation? What is Biz Token? Why should I get it? What do I get at Biz Nation? All those questions, I just get her to interview me. So I'm on the record as answering those questions. And then it goes on YouTube. It goes on Facebook. It's there permanently. Creating customer for you. All right. Still part of this social media. Number 3, so that you are not mixing the strategy. I'm still talking about social media to make sales. You want to plan a social media launch week. Allow specific themes or topics for each day. Coordinate content across platforms for a cohesive campaign. Encourage audience participation with giveaways, contests, or exclusive content. Now, so that this thing doesn't get too theoretical, in case you are not getting me, let's use a practical example. Let's take Lee. Lee just published a book. Lee, are you there? Lee, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, let's try to do an example of how we implement this social media strategy in your own book. What is the title of your book?
The title of the book is Parenting Styles, Finding the Right Approach for Your Family.
All right. So one of the things you can, if you are planning your own social media launch week for that, you create a topic around that. Okay, parenting mastery for parents. Okay, parenting mastery or strategies for better parenting week. Okay, better parenting week. That's your team. And then you have content, maybe every one of those 3 days or that week. Maybe day 1, you want to interview a parent. Day 2, you want to interview a child about what they are expecting from their parents. Day 3, maybe you want to bring those who are to come and talk about their experiences with parenting their children. Day 4, you are doing giveaway. For everybody who comes, you are doing giveaway. You are going to give cash. You are going to give copies of your. You are going to get them to answer questions from your book, and then they win. Of course, to answer questions from your book, they have to buy your book. That's your day 4. That's your social media launch week. You just do that on social media for that launch week. And then you use a platform like StreamYard, because StreamYard will allow you to stream to LinkedIn, to Facebook, to YouTube, you can, for each broadcast, it allows you to actually broadcast about 7 or 8 places. So you use that for your broadcast, because it's also going to be recorded on all those your social media handles. It's going to be there forever unless you delete it. So that week, all that week, you are using it to get attention to your book. You can make it 3 days. You can make it 5 days. I prefer 5 days. If you can't do this monthly, then do it every other month. There's no reason why you shouldn't do it every week. It will even be your social media launch week will be part of your business. They will even know you for that. It will be Lee's social media week or launch week that you do every month. It might be the first week of the month. It might be the last week of the month. You make it a special event that you do every month. It doesn't cost you much to put that together. It doesn't cost you money. It just costs you organizing. And remember, this is your business. For that launch week, each time you go live for it, does not have to be more than 2 hours. Everybody's not me. Okay? I will probably do 4 hours because that is what I do. But 2 hours is more than enough. Following that pattern I just explained, the first day might be you explaining some of the major themes of your book, some of the major chapters in your book, just summarize it and all of that. Day 2 might be you interviewing some parents or a parent about things to do with parenting, not even necessarily your book, questions about parenting. But every 15 minutes, you are telling them to go buy your book. And remember, your book is a funnel, but you are only talking about the front end. That when you go get the book, go get the book. When they get the book, they are going to be directed to the audio. From audio, they're going to be directed to the masterclass. See how everything is playing in together. And then day 3 might be somebody interviewing you about your latest book. And they will have questions about what is the book about, what are the things they teach, and all of that stuff. And you are answering questions from that book from somebody who is interviewing you that you have prearranged. The questions itself, maybe you are the one that will draft it yourself to make sure it addresses every part of your book. And by the way, ChatGPT will do that for you. I use that a lot. You simply tell it, this is the book I've published. These are the chapters of the book. Now I need you to drop 20 questions for me to be interviewed by a journalist. You can do it in the same thread that you used to create the book self. So when the book is done, you now say, okay, you need to create interview questions based on this book that you can respond to when being interviewed by a journalist. He will give you 20 questions based on your book. Then you give that to somebody to come and ask you in a live broadcast. And then, of course, once they answer 2 or 3, once you answer 2 or 3 questions, you refer them to your book. You put the link to buy your book right on the page. The link to your own website, not Amazon website. If you guys get that, give me 3B. I'm still explaining this number 3 about using social media to sell your book. If you put this as part of your strategy to market your book, it's just a matter of time before you get to that 5, 6 figures. I'm not joking. The problem is that 90% of you are not going to do this. And money does not come to you because you wrote a book. You got to hustle it. Just the same way if you are creating shoes. They're going to market the shoes every day for 7 days a week. So you're not going to just talk about your book and then go to sleep. No, you got to put all this in there that I'm teaching you. All right, let's keep going. Now, 3C, still on social media to sell your book. You want to leverage influencers and book bloggers. You collaborate with influencers relevant to your book, genre, or topic. Request book reviews or guest posts on their blogs or social media platforms. Offer them exclusive content or early access to generate excitement for you. Remember, you are a bookpreneur now. You are going to go look for influencers and book bloggers in your niche. It's part of your work. You don't get to $10,000 a month just sleeping on Clubhouse. You're going to do some work. You collaborate with them. Tell them to do a book review for you on their blog post. You can even write a review and tell them to help you publish it on their book with a link to where people can buy it, which is your own website link. Because you don't want to throw money away by going to create customer for Amazon. Let Amazon create their own customers. You are creating customer for yourself so that you get to keep all the money. All right, that is all for social media to sell your book. Now, let's go to number 4. I want to be sure I'm not just talking here. Let me get a little bit feedback here before we go to this number 14. Any questions on this term? Maybe I should be taking questions after every module so that it doesn't devolve into just a talk here. This is a workshop. If you have questions about any of this, I want to hear it before we move on. I just don't want to talk. I want you guys to gain something from this. Okay? If you have any questions, please post it in the chat for me so that I can take it, or mute yourself for a second and then talk about it and then tell me your question. Are we still tracking? If you are tracking, give me 3 with a fire emoji or ask your question. Go ahead. Joseph want to say something. Go for it. Yeah. 100%. When I was talking about those platforms, by the way, I was talking about the audio versions. So when you heard me talk Twitter, I meant Twitter Spaces. When I say Clubhouse, of course, Clubhouse is audio. Gist House is audio. Instagram Live is what I mean when you see me put Instagram, because that particular strategy is for you doing live stuff. Live stuff convert like gangbusters, more than you just posting. Because now they are there to chat with you. They have questions about the book. Just being live with you in that book session, people will buy just to encourage you. That's the idea. That's separate from social media posts, which I'm even going to come to. This is about doing live events on social media. I hope you get that. Yeah, thank you for giving me opportunity to clarify that. That is very, very important. Those live shows, trust me, the imposter syndrome in all of us will make you be afraid, including me. I've been telling myself I'm going to do a Twitter space on Biz Nation for a week now. I've not done it. I keep telling myself I'm too busy. The token is coming out. I need to do the website. It has come out now. That means by next week I have no choice. It will make you feel hesitant to do it because you are thinking nobody will pay you. But trust me, when you do that thing, I have the courage to do that space. You'll be surprised. Just like I know that when I finally do this business thing on Twitter, I will get a lot more people to sign up to Inner Circle and the Elite than I'm even getting on Clubhouse, because I probably will have more people and it's fresh to them. But I'm not doing it yet. But I give myself an excuse, which is still an excuse, even though it might be say it's valid. I need to configure our biz token site. I just went through a meeting with Gary this morning. They just ran me through it, how to do it. Then I have to bring Bayo, Funke, and King Glue up because they have to do the customer service for this. This is our business now. Everything is being collapsed to Business Nation. So it's a lot, but it's still an excuse. Doing Twitter space for 1 hour will not kill me. I will have fun time. It's imposter syndrome. We are all dealing with it. So everybody's got to get over that. Do the first one. What is the worst that will happen? Nobody will come to your room. That's the worst. So, or people will come and nobody will buy. It's not every day that Coca-Cola will sell when they advertise now. The business you are working with now is every day you make sales. No. It's a business. Some days you are going to make zero. Some days you're going to make plenty. You don't let it depress you. You run your space and you keep moving. All right. Thank you for the question. Anybody else has any question before we move on? Come on, guy. Yes, yes, go ahead. Yes. And one of the way we can also help each other, and that's why you are in the elite circle. Talk about it there. You have a mastermind there. Yeah, okay, well, I want to open my Twitter space. You guys come and support me. If I see that, I'll come. Even though I'm still dodging my own. If your own is coming up, it gives me courage to come too. And trust me, when I'm there, trust me, a lot of people will come. I have 41,000 followers. When they get a lot, yeah, most of them are political guys, but they still want to come and harass me. They will come in the room. So do that. Take advantage of the inner circle. Sorry, the elite lounge. We have a lounge there, and it doesn't even have to involve me. You can grab Funke or 2 or 3 people that are part of your elite. We have, I think, 10 or 11 paid people now. That's more than enough. Just grab 1 or 2 of them and say, let's go do Twitter Spaces for my book. And then when it's time for yours, I will come with you. That's how you collaborate. Now, I want to be clear, though. I don't want us to collaborate on the sense that when you support me, I will also support you. Sometimes that becomes impractical. And then somebody will feel used. Because if you are now 100, there's no way everybody can support everybody 100 times. So don't do it on that basis. Do it on the basis that assist me, support me in this. If there's time when yours comes up, I will try my best. So that you are not lying to anybody to say, make a commitment that you cannot fulfill. That's just my own. But if you are sure that anytime they are ready to launch their own, you are going to be there, then you can make that promise. But I think that will help all of us to overcome this. And trust me, once you do 2 or 3 and you're comfortable, you are not going to stop. I remember when I was doing Twitter Spaces, I was doing it every day. It is because you are not comfortable with it yet. And I can understand. I was cancelled by my core constituency, the Obedience, and since then I've not got the courage to go and open Twitter Spaces, which is stupid. I'm not normally scared of anybody, but I'm going to do it. So, okay, any other question? All right, we are talking about the 3C now. Also leverage influencers